Biafra, superstars, media.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Biafrans, I present to you the Biafran Golden Child. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're hearing my voice from. Yeah, I'm very happy, excited this morning, because the news I'm going to unfold now, the news coming into, filtering into, our ears is a good one. For the first time, I'm elated, about activities happening, inside the Biafra regional government in exile. I mean, this is not the usual, conspiracy theory, suspicion, counter suspicion. It's not the usually name calling, abusive language against leaders of the Biafra regional government in exile. Yes, this time around is not about anybody saying anything negative. It's simply that, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, has finally opened up the portal. She has finally opened up the recruitment into the Biafra Armed Forces, the Biafra Navy, the Biafran Army, the Biafra Security Forces. She has gladly told every Biafran who is interested that the portal for recruitment, is on. There's ongoing recruitment into Biafra Security Forces. And she has encouraged everybody who is interested, anybody who is, well-meaning, has good intentions, and is ready to promote the security and welfare of Biafra land, United States of Biafra, to come forward, because this is a chance to offer your own services. She has equally, insisted, fully reiterated, that there will be good provision for them. Of course, there will be good motivation for anybody, any applicant who succeeds as a Biafran soldier, as a Biafran military, as one who, is ready, willing, to protect the United States of Biafra. She said, yes, since the redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, it has become important to revamp the security apparatus of the Biafra regional government in exile, vis-a-vis moving it down, to protect the life and properties of Biafrans in Nigeria. I mean, before they move fully out of Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good one. I'm very much elated. I'm excited because we can see activities are ongoing. We can see that things are beginning to fall into places. We can see that things are beginning to move forward. Yeah, this is what we want. It's not the gangsterism. It's not, the sort of attack and continuous attack on, a lady who has made so much sacrifice, to come out, take all the risk, and fully articulate all the standards, all the ambitions, all the objectives of her ex-wife leader, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good one. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze has come out to say, look, if you want to join the Biafran military, if you're ready to join the Biafran security operatives, if you want to join the Biafran Navy, this is your chance. This is your chance to join the Biafran Armed Forces. This is your chance to contribute your quota to the development of this, inaugural, this young United States of Biafra, sovereign United States of Biafra. So she's calling everyone, as she has said, this is the time to make, efforts to, standardize the Biafran military. Yes, it's about time, and we all appreciate this. So, ladies and gentlemen, freedom lovers, youth, strong at heart, people who feel you can, this is your chance to prove your mettle. Yes, we've all been clamoring for this freedom. we've all been clamoring for the success of the, redeclared United States of Biafra, sovereign United States of Biafra. We've all been clamoring for it, and this is the big chance that we have. This is the chance that we have. This is a very big opportunity, and so I want to encourage everyone to come on board. Don't listen to gossips. Don't listen to saboteurs. Because some people have come out equally and they said, look, there's no recruitment. Don't listen to this lady. There's a force already. The Biafran forces are still there. The Biafran Navy is still there. We have enough people. Don't listen to her. Please, ladies and gentlemen, regard these people as saboteurs. Regard these people as people who don't mean well for the Biafra, United States of Biafra. All these people who come out try to counter what the deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, is doing and continues to be doing to uplift, the welfare, the package, and the sovereignty of the United States of Biafra should be, totally ignored. I don't know why people will not face reality. Yes, I don't know why people, will not call a spade a spade. This is a woman who was fully documented, fully enlisted by our able prime minister, who unfortunately now, is out of, circulation. Of course, we all know he's undergoing trial at the hands of the Finnish, security forces. And of course, they have told us he's going to be in Kula for a while until, the full investigation commences. The full trial commences in May 2025. But of course, nature abhors vacuum. We cannot continue to wait till May 2025. We cannot continue to wait until our able, indefatigable prime minister comes out from, the security interrogations by the Finnish authorities. No. And so this lady has come up. She was first chief of staff, and now she's been fully promoted to the position of a deputy prime minister so that she can hold brief, continue the struggle, continue all our efforts at achieving, a sovereign United States of Biafra, continue our efforts at propagating, continue our efforts at making sure the dream continues until our able prime minister is done with his trial. And I think rather than eulogizing her, rather than commending her efforts, selfless efforts, rather than commend her sacrifices, it hurts me bitterly when I hear people from IPOP who call themselves IPOP political wing, when I hear people who say they're from Mohanese, when I hear people who say they're from one sort of Biafra group or the other, and they come out and say, we don't know who Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is. We don't believe she's speaking for able prime minister. We don't believe she has the interest of Biafra at heart. We don't believe she's genuine. We think she's a subterfuge. We think there's something happening beyond the eyes. We see most of her activities as the more you look, the less you see. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is highly pitiable. This is pathetic. I mean, this is a Biafra Republic that was first declared, in 1967, following the horrendous activities, wicked, activities of the Nigerian government, especially from the northern region, after the failed coup, the first failed coup in 1966, January 1966, where the Northerners, were appalled by the fact that most of the, victims of that coup were mostly Northerners, and they were very saddened, very, astounded that no Southern politician was killed. Especially, they expected that Nnamdi Azikiwe should have been killed in the coup. They expected that Dr. Mike Opara should have been killed. They expected that, Mazi, the several people should have been killed, actually. And it shocked them when they discovered that the victims of that first, coup, led by Major Kaduna Nzogo and Gold, were actually Northerners. So they were They were highly embittered, and they decided on their own to promote, to propagate, a complete delineation, complete deletion, complete and total killing of all Biafrans. All people they suspected were from the southeast. So because of the activities of 1966, 67, 68, 69, 70, our able general, Biafran warlord, late General Tumebemeko had no choice than to declare the Biafran Republic in 1967. Said Biafra was sovereign. Biafra would be on its own, since Biafra has not been received, has not been the peace, the security, the proper life, security of life and properties of the Biafrans cannot be guaranteed under the Nigerian government. And so our able general, who is the godfather of Biafra, Dimo Tumogojukwu, declared for the first time in 1967 the sovereign Republic of Biafra. And so it hurts me that come 2nd December 2024, when our able Prime Minister had, posted this date, sanctified this date, and fully announced this date as the official redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, 2nd December 2024. He declared it, and a few days to it, because, from the convention in Finland, where he superintends the Biafra regional government in exile, he was on the verge of declaring this United States redeclaration of the United States of Biafra, when unfortunately he was arrested by Finnish authorities. He was arrested, he and four of his allies, and since then it became like Biafra was like a ship without shepherd. But fortunately, from oversight, fortunately from hindsight, fortunately, our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not a man to be taken unawares. He had already inaugurated his able chief of staff, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, to deputize for him, to hold brief, to take up the gauntlet, yes, to redeclare. He had given her every power. He has given her all it takes to redeclare the United States of Biafra, and which she vigorously, which she fearlessly, which she very assiduously and vociferously redeclared on 2nd December 2024. So when you look at some of these things that have happened in the Biafra, United States of Biafra, you begin to wonder why people who come out from nowhere begin to talk like people who don't have a vision, begin to talk like people who have a negative mission. It's as if these people who have nothing to offer Biafra land are only interested in how to drag Biafra down. They want to drag us down. They want to drag the United States of Biafra down. They want to drag able leaders of Biafra down. They started with Simon Ekpa. They made all kinds of things about him. They said all kinds of things. So, accused him of committing all sort of atrocities, even from Finland in Nigeria. There's nothing they have not said about him. They say he's a, duplicity. He's a man with duplicate, character. He could not be trusted. He has done that. He has done this. These are people for whom Simon Ekpa fought for. These are people for whom Simon Ekpa made huge sacrifice of his life, of his job, of his career. And how to say thank you was to come out and begin to say, crucify him. Crucify him. The moment they heard the Finnish authorities had caught him, had arrested him, they started shouting, crucify him, crucify him. This man is not our own. We don't know him. He does not belong to us. He claims to be under lieutenant for for Mazen Namdekano, but we don't know him. We don't know him. His activities are suspect. He is a desperado. He is a con man. He is all. They started saying all sort of things, and of course, they aided and abetted by the Nigerian government. They started calling for the extradition of our able, indefatigable, cerebral, highly cerebral, hardworking Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra regional government in exile. Of course, we're happy today. We're happy today that despite all their plans, despite all their negativity, despite all their money they wasted chasing this foreign trip and that foreign trip, despite hosting the Finnish foreign minister, here, believing that they could use money, they could bribe her, despite even our the Vice President Shetima going all the way, down to the 79th United Nations Assembly, leaving every other thing he ought to do there and going to talk, have a parley with the Finnish Prime Minister, the Finnish President, thinking that he would get the Finnish President to be on his side. He went there, left everything he ought to be talking about Nigeria, talking about, developmental hopes for Nigeria, for aspirations. All he was talking about was Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa. Simon did this. Simon didn't do that. Simon said this. Simon didn't say that. All he was saying was Simon Ekpa. Get him for us. Arrest him for us. We have tried. What do you want? What do you want in return? That's what they were doing. But of course, the Finnish president, they looked at him and said, sorry, Shetima, this is not a zoo country. Yes, we follow due process here. Alexander Stubbs looked at Shetima in the face. He saw a lot of desperacy. He saw that the man was desperate. He saw a lot of foolery. He saw a lot of, manipulative tendencies. And they looked at him and said, sorry, we haven't found no evil against this man. We found nothing against him. This is a man who he seems to be working within the ambit of law. Whatever he's saying, whatever he's talking about, people are listening because there seems to be a lot of truth in what he's saying. Why don't the Nigerian government, rather than be calling every time for, the arrest of this Simon Ekpa, why don't you make your people happy? Why don't you reduce the hardship in your country? Why don't you stop nepotism and tribalism? Why does your president, we heard he only appoints his own kit and king? Why is Nigeria moribund? Why is it 10 steps, 3 steps forward, 15 steps backwards? Why is Nigeria always in the news for negativity? Why is Nigeria always in the news for bad things? Why is corruption so high? Why is the cost of governance in Nigeria so high? What is your president? What is your president doing about reducing the cost of governance? Why is your president talking about buying bulletproof, security for SUVs, buying private jets, buying, all sorts of expensive things? Meanwhile, the generality of the masses are hungry and living in bitterness and living in hardship and living in perpetual poverty and real. Alhaji Shetima was shocked because he thought meeting Alexander Stubbs, the president of Finland, in the 79th UN Assembly, would have given him a powerful opportunity to have arrested, destroyed the image of Simon Ekpa. But he was shocked. He was shocked to his bones when Alexander Stubbs told him, "Gentlemen, Mr. Vice President, I've heard you. But sorry, Finland does not act like that. Yes, we don't act. We are people who respect human rights here. We are people who respect the dignity of man. We are people who respect peace-loving initiatives. Yes, if the man is talking about his people, the Biafrans, being marginalized, if he is complaining that these people are made to live second-class life, live like second-class pharaohs, if he is saying that these people are denied opportunities, what is your government doing? What are you people doing to make sure these people do not feel alienated? What is your government doing to make sure these people have a sense of belonging. What is your government doing to make sure these people can aspire and be happy in their own land? What is your government doing for the Biafra person? Why do you relegate them to the background? And so Alhaji Shetima was shocked beyond his imagination. And they came back from the United Nations meeting, came back, with a lot of pain and anguish. But they still tried, this time using some of our own kit and kin. They still tried to manipulate the whole thing until, of course, they bribed their way, they manipulated their way, and arrested Simon Ekpa Njoko, our able Prime Minister. And they thought that was over. They thought it was all over. When they saw they couldn't extradite him, when they saw that Finnish authorities were bent on going the whole hog, trying to find out exactly if this man was doing what these Nigerian authorities were doing, if he was a thorn in their flesh, if he was actually a security risk. They are still finding out. And eventually we know because our Deputy Prime Minister has assured us. She assured us in a New Year message, in a Christmas message. She said, we are doing everything vigorously, pursuing every opportunity to get Simon out of the, Finnish authorities' interrogation. We'll know what to do. We're working on it to speed up his trial. We want to make them know and realize that this is a man of peace. This is the man, who is just in whatever he's saying, whatever process he's doing. This is the man who was just framed up because of the wickedness, because of the greed and avarice of the Nigerian political class. We are not intimidated. We are not intimidated by enemies. We know shortly, we know Simon Ekpa will be out. Yes, to continue, what he's known for, to continue the struggle, the fight, the achievement of the United States of Biafra. We are very convinced about this, and we are praying towards it. Of course, we are working towards it. We have international attorneys who are working for Biafra. United States of Biafra, the sovereign United States of Biafra. We have people we have put on ground. Our able Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoko, as if he knew what was going to happen to him. He prophetically, made out, invested on a lot of international attorneys who will fight for the full sovereign achievement of the United States of Biafra. Yes, we remember very vividly how he brought in Dabari, brought in Rodney Dabari. Yes, Dabari, an international lawyer, who said, look, this man, is going to change the color of the politics of United States of Biafra. He's going to do everything. Being an international American lawyer, he's going to do a lot. He's going to do a lot. Yes, to change the course of the struggle. So Dabari has been there. Aman Dabari is a man we love, and we know he's doing everything possible as an international lawyer, as an American international lawyer, to recognize and to achieve, full acceptance of the sovereign state of Biafra. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it hurts me that with all this effort Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is doing, with all this effort, with all the struggles, with all the sacrifices, with everything she's throwing at the arsenal, with everything she's doing, vigorously fighting for the release of able Prime Minister, vigorously pursuing the total acceptance worldwide of the sovereign United States of Biafra, vigorously pursuing, recruiting, staff and personnel to fortify the security operatives of Biafra land, so that this country, so that this sovereign nation fully develop, can fully survive on its own, can be totally independent. It hurts me. It hurts me that people will come out, saboteurs will come out and try to pull her down. These are people who have a PhD syndrome, PhD syndrome simply means pull him down syndrome, pull her down syndrome. That's what these people have, a PhD syndrome. Why are people having PhD syndrome? Pull him down, pull her down. They have pulled the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down. They have pulled our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa down. Now all the high force is triggered, is positioned, to pull PhD, our able Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. They want to pull her down, but they will not succeed, because in Biafra land, we are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy. We have suffered so much in this country called Nigeria that anybody who wants to take us back to Nigeria, anybody who wants to take us to that true, anybody who wants to take us to, hashtag useless, clueless government, anybody who wants to take us to suffering will be resisted with every strength in our bone, to the last drop of blood in our bones. So let me tell all these people who claim they are political wing, they are this, they are that, they are Mandan Kanu loyalists. They don't deceive us. What we are is for the truth. We are one people who have a consensus, and that consensus is that we stand for the liberation, full liberation of the United States of Biafra, the full sovereign state of the United States of Biafra, and we stand with none other. Deputy called Prime Minister, who is duly appointed by our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. We are behind Ngozi, behind Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and this effort to recruit into the Navy, to recruit into the armed forces, to recruit into the police, to recruit into the security, paraphernalia of United States of Biafra, we must all commend it. We must come out and vigorously support it. I don't care what anybody's saying. I don't care what saboteurs are saying. Anytime they talk to us, if they are not for us, they're against us. Why would our people want to take us back to the dungeon? Why would our people want to take us back to Babylon? What do they wish to achieve? How much have they been giving? How much have they been giving? This is the Deputy Prime Minister. As soon as he brings up one program, as soon as she announces one program, all of a sudden they begin to, orchestrate how means to destroy our efforts. This will have to cease. This will have to cease. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I commend this activity, this full activity, this activity leading to further strengthening the United States, sovereign United States of Biafra. Let us rally around Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. As the portals for recruitment is open, please, everybody, come on board. Able men, strong men, come on board. Able women, come on board. Technocrats, come on board. If you have what it takes to join the military, to join the Navy, to join the police, to join the security apparatus of the United States of Biafra, this is your chance. This is your chance to come out. This is your chance to come out. We're waiting to receive you. We're waiting to acknowledge you. We are with you all the way, all the way, all the way. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I want to just end by saying Biafra recruitment portal is out. If you are interested in being a Navy man for United States of Biafra, if you are interested in becoming a soldier, if you are interested to be in the police, if you are interested to be in the security apparatus of the United States of Biafra, this is your chance. This is your chance. This is your chance. Come, feel free. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to those who don't know what to say. Don't listen to destroyers. Don't listen to PhD people. PhD, pull him down, pull her down, people. It's not our portion. There will be zero tolerance for PhD people, PhD individuals, PhD characters in the United States of the sovereign state of Biafra. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you as we look forward to a vigorous new year where the United States of Biafra will be coming up in its full legitimate sovereignty as a nation. God bless you all. Thank you.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, superstar media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We going back to the land. We going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the land.